Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to yet another Stone Cold Hockey 1964-65 video redoing the season and seeing the Leafs will four-peat. They were the 62, 63, and 64 champs. In real life, in 65, they lost to Montreal in the semis, but it looks like Toronto. We're playing as Toronto every game. We have 32 wins. We have the most wins, but those pesky Red Wings are ahead of us because they have 18 ties. 18. We're the only team with single digits for ties. It's basically win or lose with us. In our 58 games, 52 of them have been by decision. Detroit 40 by comparison, Montreal 47, Chicago 48, New York 42, and Boston 47. No, 49, excuse me. I realize we're only 2 points back of Detroit for first in the NHL. Montreal's third at 67, Chicago 61 at fourth. Rangers and Boston are pretty much almost all but done for. It is a 70-game season, so there's only 24 points to play for, if you will. So I think Boston can't catch the top three, so they're 21 points back of fourth. So it's almost like they're done for. Regardless of that, Bobby Hall leads the goal scoring 37 because, Bobby Hall is a fucking monster. Phil Esposito second, and yes, he was a Chicago Blackhawk. People forget about that. And Norman Ullman 30. We have 29 from my list. Assists, Stan Mikita 54, Ullman 42, Pilat and Hal tied. Bathgate's our top assist guy 7th. Points wise, Mikita and Ullman 72, Bobby Hall 64, Frank Mahovich 12. Penalty minutes, Stan Mikita number 1, John Ferguson number 2, and Pierre Pilat number 3, Bob Bonds number 5. We have the best goals against, Sawchuk 205, Bowers 6 at 275. Standings wise, we have played the fewest games alongside Detroit and Montreal, the 58. Chicago, Rangers, Boston have played their 60s. Well, there's only like 10 games left for everyone. She's beautiful regardless, lol. Yeah, talking about some AEW stuff. Yeah, but 15 points back with only 20 points on offer. The Rangers are almost done for. We almost know our final four. Points percentage, we're second. Goal scoring, we have 176. Chicago's got 185, but they're all the way in fourth because they have given up a lot of goals themselves. We've given up the second fewest. Home record 17, 7, and 5, pretty good. Road record, only 2 games above 500. But look at the other teams. Nobody's above 500 except for us on the road. That's weird. On the road, the Leafs, Sawchuk 20, 10, and 2. Bauer only 12, 10, and 4. Mahovich 43 points. Ellis 42. Backgate 42. Britt Selby even has a point. Schedule wise, you see here we've been rotating wins and losses for. We've had a win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. So we should be losing next game. So that'll be funny the next time. Highlights wise, our best win was against the Rangers 8-2. That was on November 7th. When the Rangers still couldn't win the game. And then our loss was when we gave the Rangers their first win after 17 attempts. 9 hat tricks, Provo, Gilbert, Ellis, Murphy, Henry, Camille Henry, Espel, Ullman, Bobby Hall, and Red Kelly. So, yeah, Red Kelly's the last one. Most memorable game so far, 6-5 Toronto Rangers when we were down 5-1 and 1. Chicago over the Rangers in January when the Rangers were up 2-0 and fucked it up. And number 3, they named Montreal Detroit February 7th when Montreal scored a few goals late. Weird. I don't know. Anyway, we're in Montreal. So it's French mode. So Sawchuk, Gardien de Toronto et Charlie Hodge pour Montréal. Les joueurs, les Leafs, Mahavlich, Ellis, Keon, Pelford, Kelly, Bathgate, Stewart, Armstrong, Horton, Papan, McKenney, Douglas, Stemkowski, Chuck, Brewer, Stanley, Moore, Selby, Harris, Bond, for Montreal, Provo, Backstrom, Henri Richard, LaRose, Beliveau, Ballon, Ferguson, Rousseau, Duff, Tremblay, Talbot, Cornoyer, Laperriere, Tremblay, Robert, Rochefort, Harris, Berenson, Harper, Packard, McCreary, Peters, Watson, Boudrias. 20 minutes pour the première période. Pas de but Armstrong. 5 minutes partout. Penalty de Montréal, Ferguson de 2 minutes. Et une gun. Chaque note, arrête de Hodge. Avantage numérique, Andy Bathgate. Schiller de la Rangers de New York, mais il s'est de la Leafs, 13e de la saison, assist par Kent Douglas, numéro 17 de la saison. 6 minutes partout, battle, aggression. Manuel, 2 minutes de Jean Belleville. Casque de Schiller. Chance de avantage numérique. C'est Red Kelly, 13e de la saison, assist par Dave Keon, numéro 22, et Tim Horton, numéro 16. Red Kelly, 8 Coupes Stanley de la carrière, première de l'histoire, vous n'avez pas joué de la Montréal Canadiens. Dernière minute, aux chances avec de Hodge, mais les Leafs gagnaient même 2-0 après une période. Bathgate et Kelly. Bathgate à 10 minutes, Kelly à 16 minutes 19 secondes. Deuxième période, 6 minutes partout, chez l'équipe Mohamed pas de tir. 4 minutes. Pénalité à Leafs, Eddie Shack, 2 minutes. Et là, autre pénalité. Encore une fois, pénalité. Pulford pour 2 minutes. 5 à 3. Numéro 17. Le 6 par Def, numéro 15. Et Chloropro, numéro 29 de la saison. Provo, pas de tir. 1 minute partout. Et chance arrête de Hodge. 7 minutes partout. Penalty à Ron Stewart, 2 minutes. Avantage numérique. Rousseau, numéro 31, et Henri Richard, 21. Deux Leafs et Habs, après 2 périodes, La Rose à 11 minutes 15 secondes, la deuxième période, Belleville, 19 minutes 53 secondes. 5 minutes partout de la troisième. Notre carte de 1970, la défense de Blues de Saint Louis, un chupier de Bobby Orr, la victoire de les Bruins de la Coupe Stanley. 6 minutes partout. Action Ellis? Non. 4 minutes partout. Action? Mahavlich, le Begum, 16e de la saison, assist par Bathgate, numéro 31, et Kent Douglas, numéro 18. 3-3. Rousseau est 8e de Ferguson et Provo, et Manuel gagné 4-3. F-U-Q-U-E, Fook. Leafs were up 2-0. Bathgate and Kelly in the first period, and then LaRose and Belleville scored, and then Belleville made it 3-2, but Mahovlich tied it, but Russo with 19 seconds left. Damn it. Oh boy. That sucked. We were trying for first place in the league, but Montreal beat us. No Friday games as usual. Saturday, Detroit, Boston. Boston shocks Detroit 4-2. Johnston beats Crozier. Kind of helps us. Detroit goes by Marcel Porterville, Paul Henderson, by Tommy Williams, Dean Prentice, Bobby Nibbs, and Johnny the Chief Busek. Scored to make it 4-2. Rangers Montreal, and Montreal's ruining Rangers' chances 5-2. Paillet losing to Worsley. Ranger goes by Ngati and Goyette. But Montreal goes by Jean Ferguson, Jean Beliveau again, Yvan Cornway, and Dick Duff into the empty net. So now we host Chicago, who are trying hard to win a game so that they can keep fourth place. The Imperial one, Johnny Bauer against Denny DeJordy in that for Chicago. Of course, the Big M, 27 in your program. Ryan Ellis, number 6 in your program, is a great player there. Dave Keon, number 14 in your programs. And the only Leaf to win the Conn Smythe Trophy because that only came out in 1965. Bob Pulford, great player who would be a great Hawks general manager. Red Kelly, 8 Stanley Cups, the most by anyone not associated with the Habitants. Eddie Bathgate, great Ranger who was traded to Leafs in the 64 pennant drive, if you will. Ron Stewart just as well. George Armstrong, the chief, our captain. Tim Horton, known for donuts and bear hugs. Jim Pappin, who would be a better known for a Chicago icon in the 70s. Don McKinney, who also went with Backgate to the Leafs for the Rangers. Kent Douglas, great defenseman. He was a Golden Seal once. Pete Stamkowski, the Polish rifle. Eddie Shack, the entertainer. Clear the track, here comes Shack. Carl Brewer, good defenseman when he needed to. Alan Stanley, the ageless one. Dickie Moore, surprise former Hab icon. Brett Selby, who would win the Calder in 1966. Billy Harris, who would be better known as the Islanders guy. Bob Bond, who was known for that Game 6 overtime goal in real life in the 64 Cup Final, which forced a Game 7, which at least won 4-zip. And of course, Sawchuck Bauer, great pairing. Surprised we got Sawchuck. But anyway, Bobby Hall, the Golden Jet. Stan Mikita, great center, but penalty minutes taker until his 2-year-old daughter wanted her daddy not to be in the penalty box anymore, so he cleaned up his act. Kenny Warham, great player. Phil Esposito, yes, he was a Blackhawk before he was a Bruin in one of the most lopsided trades in NHL history. Chico Mackey, Chico time. Pierre Piot, Chicago icon. Eric Nasarenko, a good Chicago player. Doug Bones, who played till he was like 42. Bill Hay, Dennis Hall, Pye McKenzie, Fred Stanfield, both Bruins icons. Camille Henry in a big trade from the Rangers to the Hawks. Matt Ravlich, Al McNeil, who recently passed away, and coach of the 71 Habitants. Doug Jarrett, Moose Vasco. Yeah, they traded Brenneman to the Rangers, I guess. Wayne Hillman and Ken Hutch Sr. Of course, I don't talk about the goalies much. 2 minutes. And Chicago scores. He piloted that one in the net. That's his 10th from Makita. That's a 55th assist. For fuck's sake. So anyway, 1 minute later. Bill Hay. Six minutes left. A chance for the Leafs. Pulford. Ow. Stop by to Shorty. Action. Kia, no shot. Well, we've been rotating wins and losses the past 5 games. Score! Dougie Modes. Modes. The Leafs fans will moans and groans. Ravlich with the assist. It's 2-0 Hockeys. 2 minutes later. Chance for Keon. Nothing. Mahavlich gets hit and the Blackhawks are up 2-0. The Leafs are in trouble. Pilot and moans. 2 minutes later. Dave Keon. 4 minutes later. Nesterenko? No. 5 minutes later. No. Nesterenko tried. 5 minutes later. Battle. Session. That's a 2-minute hit. Carl Brewer. Off the Jets to make it big. Ravlich? No. Chance for the Nikita? No. Action. Carl Brewer had a chance. We are in trouble now. We're down 2-0. 5 minutes later. A slot chance. And now Stanfield scores. He won't stand for it. Stanfield, his second from Bobby Hall and McNeil. We're in trouble. We're down 3-0. We're fucked. And Kenny Warham scores to make it 4-0. Why are we not scoring? Well, at least we're on the power play. Chico Mackey goes to the box. Keon. Shoot. Shoot. Keon. There you go. There's it. That's 20. Fantastic. Great job. Oh my gosh. And we just ran out of time. We were down 4-0. Pulled it to 4-3. We lose. Hey, aye. Well, we were so close to pulling off an ultimate comeback. Pilot, Moans, Stanfield, Warham for Chicago, Keon Pulford, and Backgate for Toronto. So only 2 penalties the whole game. So yeah, can't believe we let Chicago back in it. Fuck. Sunday night we head to Boston, the worst team. Montreal, Chicago. Chicago wins 5-4. Hall beats Worsley, so Chicago's now above 500. Mikita with 2 goals. Moans and Warham got to 20 goals. Mikita, wow, 3 guys got to 20 goals for the Hawks in the same game. Mikita, Moans, and Warham. Espo has 32nd. Montreal goals by LaRose, Ballin, and Cormier. Detroit Rangers and, well, the Rangers couldn't do anything. Detroit, they tied Detroit. Crozier and Paille. Toronto was up 2-0. Parker and Ullman, but Rattel and Gilbert for the New Rangers. So we head to Boston. I think this will be our last one, right? Yes, this will probably be our last one. There's 3 weeks left in the season. We face the worst team in hockey, and Johnny Bower in the net against Eddie Johnston. There's Jack Norris, his backup, Johnny Bower. Johnny Busick, Murray Oliver, Busick the Chief, Murray Oliver. Reg Fleming, the first NHLer titles with CTE. Dean Prentice, Tommy Williams, an American in the NHL, which was rare in the 60s. Ed Westfall, who would be another icon. Ab McDonald. Ted Green, who in 1970 was in that preseason scrap with Wayne Mackey and got the stick hit in the head. Bill Nibbs, Wayne Maxner, Orland Kurtenbach, the first Canucks captain. Wade Rivers, Forbes Kennedy, who was the lead 4 years later and got himself into deep trouble in the playoffs by shoving an official. Ronnie Schock, who 3 years later would score a double overtime winner for the Blues. Leo Boivin, Bobby Leiter, Bob Wojtowicz, Don Audrey, Tom Johnson, Bob McCord, Murray Belfour, Gary Dornhofer, Jean Gilbert, and Joe Watson. Belfour, a former Blackhawks overtime hero, and Joe Watson, a future Flyer, and Dornhofer for Hockey Night Canada. 3 minutes later, a battle and aggression. It will be Mahovich to the box. Tommy Williams can't score. Don Audrey can't score. 5 minutes later. George Armstrong, no. Moving along. Chesky, you can't say what you want, but you can't make it, can't stay. Douglas is 5th from Brewer and Braun. They're all defensemen. Why do we have 3 defensemen? I guess Bond was off the ice. And the Leafs have a 1-0 lead on the Bruins, headed to Pirate no Manada. 3 minutes later. Dave Keon, no. You tried. Leaves again. McKinney, no. No, Forster. There's a fight. It's Douglas and Ted Green. Green wants to pick on Kent Douglas. And the Leafs go back to the box. It is Eddie Shack. Come to the track. Here comes Shack. But he's in the penalty box. Forbes Kennedy can't do anything. He's that hit. 5 minutes later. Fleming, no. And the Leafs will take that 1-0 lead into the second period. The third period, excuse me. Second intermission, I should have said. Why did I not say intermission? Lost a chance. Ed Westfall. Hey. 3 minutes later. Chance for the Leafs. Run out skiers. Well, great play there. And Ron Ellis gets number 30 from Mahovlich and Horton. Makes it 2-0 Leafs. Leafs trying to kill the clock, if you will. Ellis can't score. A hit. Jeanette. Dave Keon. That's it. Game, set, match. His 22nd from Samkelski and Pulford, and the Leafs are up 3-0. Fleming tried to score, but they can't in the Leafs with a gigantic 3-0 win. A pair of terrible losses, but we got them back. A big win for Bauer, Douglas, Ellis, and Keon scoring for us. And that does it. And the 9th, Montreal heads to Detroit. Big game. And the Red Wings with a big shutout, 3-0 Crozier and Worsley. Ullman with a natural hat trick and a super hat trick, his 34. We host Detroit. This would be a big game. Chicago Rangers, and Chicago may have put the Rangers out of their misery with a 4-2 win. Hall beat Paille. Ranger goes by Goya and Gilbert, but Warham, Bobby Hall, Chico, and McKenzie scoring for the Blackhawks. So we are 3 back at Detroit. Montreal sneaking up 1 point behind us, but we have to play Detroit. Yeah, I think the Rangers and Bruins are pretty much out. Rangers have played what 63 games, I guess. 63? Yeah, 63. So they have 14 possible points. So yeah, they can't catch. So we know the final four. The Rangers and Bruins are definitely not going to make it. Sawchuk's now second in goals against behind Gump Worsley, who's come out of nowhere with a 198. He's only played 20 games, but hey, he's starting to play more. Sawchuk Crozier is number 3, by the way. Bauer's number 7. Now, Jack Norris has only won 1 game. I can't believe it. He's just that bad. So, yeah, it's a chase. It's a big chase for first place. So, anyway, yeah, we know we're in the playoffs. We know Detroit, Montreal, and Chicago are in the playoffs too. No Rangers, no Boston. But now seeding's important because we got a lot of games left. We have to see what happens and all that. Anyhow, Jeff, I'm going to do.